Hello, everybody. Alan Kennedy here, Medicap Pharmacy, Concord, North Carolina. And I appreciate you watching, but I'm here to share with you the number one most important supplement that you could take. You saw the previous video, the intro, that was on just your basic tenets of healthy living and things that are necessary before anything else. Taking supplements is required or suggested. So you got your common sense things. In case you didn't understand or don't know these things, go back and look at that other video. Now, for the number one most important supplement you should take, of all these things out here on the floor, all this stuff you hear about on TV, everything you, ads, things people telling you to take and this and that, what should you take? This is kind of a no-brainer, and if you thought about it, it'd be common sense. The number one thing you should take is a general, what I call a therapeutic multivitamin and mineral supplement. It's a shotgun effect. Now, that being said, there's a myriad of different kinds out there, and it's important you pick the right one. For example, you've heard of one a day, you've heard of Theragram, you've heard of Centrum, things like that. This is a one a day for women over 50. Now, if you look at that, this has about 13 different items in it. The percentage of the RDAs are probably up to about 300%, 350% of the RDA, or the DV. Do you know what the RDA is? Recommended daily allowance. And do you know what the DV is? Daily value percent. The RDA is the recommended daily allowance. These allowances on the bottles gives you the daily value percent. They give you an idea of what it would, how much somebody needs. You look at a bottle and you say, oh, 100%, 125%, 112%, 300%, 100%, 100%, 150%. I'm covered. One a day, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. Is that true? I beg to differ. It's not true. Basically, the RDAs are the, here's what those items mean. An RDA for a recommended daily allowance is the amount of a nutrient that the body needs to prevent a disease associated with the deficiency of that nutrient. I'll say that again. The RDAs and the DVs, that's the amount of a nutrient that the physiology needs to prevent a disease associated with a deficiency of that nutrient for most of the human population in general. So that being said, do you want minimum wage? These came out of World War II. They wanted to figure out, we need to keep our shoulders alive. For example, 100, 120 milligrams is the amount needed to prevent scurvy. Our body can't make vitamin C. We have to get it in our diet. So other animals can make vitamin C, and plants. They can make ascorbic acid. We can't. We have to get it in our diet. How much do we need? You've heard the stories about sailors on ships and whatnot not having enough vitamin C, so they had scurvy. But is that the optimal amount? No, we need more vitamin C when our body's under stress. Here's what I go with. When you're looking at a vitamin mineral supplement, this is a Centrum Theragram again. It has more in it, more supplements in it, probably about 20 to 30. But they're in the, this is a little bit better, 2,000%. What I do is look at the B vitamins. The B vitamins, in particular vitamin B12, should be in not only 100, 150%, but probably in the 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 13, 14, 15,000% of the RDAs. The B vitamins, thiamine, niacin, methylcobalamin, and on down the road, what they do is they help your body process fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. So that being said, we get them in our food, like I said earlier, but we need a supplement. So look at a supplement that has high, number one, has a lot of if it only has 8 or 10 items in it, and they're all 100%, it's better than nothing, but not much better. So go with something that has the higher percentage of the RDAs of the B vitamins. Number two, it should have the number of items it has in it. It should have 30 to 40 or more different constituents in it. Some are macros, some are micronutrients. That means a macronutrient is something that we need a lot of, like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, others. Micro minerals are something that we trace amounts of. Trace minerals we need trace amounts of, small amounts like chromium. Anyway, so look at something that's got high in the B vitamins, 12 to 15,000%, or at least 6,000%, and then of the B12, and then has about 30, 40 different items, and also preferentially if it has phytochemicals in it, phytonutrients from plant sources, antioxidant profile, or enzymes. Those are kind of bonuses. There's also, here's one that I really like. Now, most of them are also taken more than once a day. The therapeutic line is number 1, high B vitamins. Number 2, a lot of supplements in it, 40 to 50. Number 3, it says on the label, in most cases, take 1 or 2 tablets twice or 3 times a day. That seems like a lot. Do I take something 3 times a day? No, I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. I take something once a day, but sometimes I'll take something twice a day. If you have to take one thing once a day, there's one I really like called the Alive. You can get this anywhere. Alive has probably 30 different ingredients. I'm glancing at it. It has a proprietary blend of plant extracts in it, antioxidants. Antioxidants slow down the aging process. I'll go into that in future videos. But anyway, it's once a day. It's a good deal. You know, there's also here's my favorite line right here, Natural Creations. These guys, there's 180 tablets in there. This is not 1 a day. It's not 2 a day. It's actually 2 tablets 3 times a day is the recommended dose. But it has many different nutrients in it, high in the B vitamins, high percentages, and also a good profile on other constituents that help with anti-aging, help with digestion, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they make one for cell detox, Nutriplenish. Nutriplenish DM. Talk to me more about that. Nutriplenish Focus. Talk to me more about that. If you want a 1-a-day vitamin in that line, Nutriplenish Essential. It's a 1-a-day vitamin, 120 tablets. It's a great price. If you had to take something once a day, that is absolutely the best one. These are better, but this is really good too. So, that being said, take a good vitamin supplement. You're good for it. Just get in the habit. Every time you get up in the morning, take your vitamin. Every time you get up, eat breakfast, a meal. Like I said, a meal, vitamin. Meal, vitamin. Meal, vitamin. So, number 1 supplement is a multivitamin and mineral supplement to take preferably 3 times a day, high dose. You get the gist. Do it for yourself. You deserve it. Spend a little bit of money on you and do the right thing. You'll feel better. Oh, people tell me that I'm just peeing yellow. Yeah, few hours later after you take the supplement, always take with food, by the way. Never take it on an empty stomach. It'll upset your stomach, make you a little bit nauseous, and you don't absorb it as well. Take it with food and a lot of water. If you do that, you will have yellow urine in a couple hours during the day. And some people says, I'm only making expensive urine. Yeah, that might be true. Think about this. If you get these nutrients into the body, for these nutrients to work, what do they have to do? They have to get into the cell. Individual cells that compromise organ systems that compromise the human body. In order to do that, you have to get it in the blood. To do that, you have to get it in the gastric tract. You have to eat it with food or whatever. So to get these substances, it's absorbed systemically in your blood. It goes throughout the tissues, and then yes, it is excreted through the urine and the feces. However, and it does produce yellow urine. That's okay. Drink a lot of water while you're doing it. But after a while, that might diminish because you're retaining more of it. But it's available to the cells to get into the cell to be used for all these biochemical reactions that have to take place. So having expensive urine is not such a bad thing, and it'll benefit you. So that's number 1. Stay tuned next time for number 2. Thanks for watching, and come out and see us at Medicat Pharmacy. It's a cool place.